Hi there everybody, it's Verity here from Inkybutterfly.com. Thank you so much for joining me today for our Stamp Around the World video hop. We are doing a masculine theme this time round. Not always easy to make cards for the guys, but we're all going to have a stab at it this time in our video hop. So if you could click into the description, there'll be a whole list of links there to everyone else's video, so you can just keep going through by clicking into their description and so on and so forth all the way around. And we'd really appreciate all your thumbs ups, likes, comments and subscribes if you have not visited us before. So we are making guy cards. Okay, so I'm going to bring out sketch plaid for my card today. It did occur to me, literally just as I pressed the button, there is actually a plaid embossing folder as well, which we could use as well. So I'm just grabbing that. There we go. It's one of these big ones as well. So we could combine the two elements today on the sample that we're going to make. So let's get cracking. There'll be plenty to do. So that's a big background stamp, and then my good favourite, Simply Said, just to give you a birthday wishes. Obviously you can add a sentiment for whatever you occasion you like. There's a really great new products coming as well, so watch this space. Something for the guys coming in next month, so that would have been great to have for this project, but we'll do that next time. Okay, so some lovely silver heat embossing on some smoky slate with pebbled path and black accents there, just keeping it really sort of neutral. I was going to make the card with you with navy and gold, but I thought, you know, let's just do something a little different. Always sort of lean towards the greys, the browns and the blues when I do masculine cards, so I'm going to do green today. This is Old Olive with Mossy Meadow that we're going to use today. So we're going to heat emboss on this panel. This is one of the mini panels, so my mini panels that I call, that's what I call them, are 3 by 4 3/4, and then we've got a layer which is 3 1/8 by 4 7/8 of an inch. So basically an inch shorter and narrower than the card base. Okay, and the card base is Old Olive as well. So let's pop that there out of the way just for a moment. We don't need that just for the moment. So let's do our heat embossing. So we'll bring out our little toolkit. We're going to use gold. Could use copper for like a almost like verdigris patina sort of look as well, but I've prepped for gold because I'm going to with my accents, but like I say, that could be an alternative for you. So anti-static powder tool there. I'm just going to flick off that excess powder. We're going to let me just pop that to one side without mauling it too much. The background stamp is huge, so we do have an F block, which is this guy, but it's huge. It's quite hefty, quite heavy to use. If you've only got little hands, I've got quite a wide span, but if you've only got little hands, it's a little difficult. So I find it's easier just to have the stamp on your work surface. If you've got a glass mat, even better, because it'll stick. And using it like this and taking the cardstock over the top. So we'll just get that well inked with our Versamark clear sticky ink, and we will pop our cardstock over the top there. So I'm just going to hover over the top there just to sort of lining up where I want it. I think we'll go about there. So I'll hold that in place, and I'm just going to use a piece of grid paper or scrap paper or whatever you've got, just to hold that in place. I'm just using this. This is what I use on my stamping platform. There's loads of things you can use. This happens to be a mini dry board eraser. I've also used one of these furniture slider things. That would work to apply some pressure. Anything with a smooth surface, you can use your your sleeve and that. But something like that works a charm for this kind of thing. And then you just want to lift that up as carefully as you can. Put that to one side to clean up. Just going to bring in the tray, and then I'm just going to use the little reversible tweezers and just grab that where there's no ink. I don't know whether you can see that. Yeah, you can. Yep. Okay. And then we're going to cover that with our gold embossing powder. I need to get that right to the edges. So you can kind of agitate that, make sure it's covered everywhere, and just where those tweezers are, I'm just going to switch that round a little bit so that I can get to there. Okay. I'll reposition that because there's a bigger space here to hold it. You want to be able to hold on to it reasonably well. Okay, so we can just pop that down. It's not going to go anywhere while we just tip our powder back into the pot. So these are the Wow metallics. You get gold, silver and copper, and this is just called Gold Rich, but you get a set of 3. Okay, you don't have to choose. Okay, so we're going to heat set this now. So I'll keep it in shot. It's going to be noisy. Some of you like listening to the noise. If not, then you might want to just mute this for a little bit and speed through it. If not, enjoy. There we go. Hopefully you saw that turn in the lights. I tried to keep it in shot, but I just want to obviously not burn my fingers. So there we go. So let's pop all those little bits away while that cools down. Isn't it lovely? Really, really nice colour there. Then while that's cooling, we will get another piece of old olive here, and we will do our stamping. I'm going to use the Mossy Meadow ink to tie it in with the layering, so it's like it will be dark enough to show on the old olive cardstock. And what we're actually going to do is we're going to die cut this so that some of it hangs off basically. So it's not a full circle. So I'm going to just look to eyeball this like so. Right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop the this birthday wishes sentiment straight and over to the right hand side like this, but giving us plenty of room to get that circle round. Okay, just giving that a moment just to dry a little bit, and we'll wipe off the ink, and then still see that that's wet, but we'll position the die over the words, but obviously it's going to hang off, so, and that's fine, saves us cutting it off afterwards. Just looking for it to be central top and bottom. That looks about okay. Okay, and then we can run that through the die cut machine. Okay, so that's going to all layer up into this design. Oh, I haven't used the embossing folder. Do I want to use the embossing folder? Let's give it a go. Let's die cut this first. It'll just add another element of texture onto the card. So there's our sentiment that we can put on. We'll pop that to one side. Yeah, cool, because then there'll be texture on the lines, or on the areas that don't have any embossing. So this is a 3D embossing folder, so we're just going to use the dark grey plate on the top of that and run it through on our base platform. The heat embossing might crack a little, but I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. Cool. So you've still got the shine, but you've also got all of the texture too. So that's what it looks like on there. Okay, but you still got that shine. It's kind of cool. It may not be your cup of tea, but it's another option for you if you wanted to sort of introduce that other element to it, or whether you wanted to keep it clean and simple like this one. Okay, so now that we've got all that texture on, I'm going to use wet glue to stick this down. Otherwise, the tape runners are great for when I had this out not a minute ago. What's going on here? No, dear me. Use a poke. Oh, there we go. Grab a pokey tool and just free that up. Tape runner will, because it's so strong, it'll snag on those raised bits. So wet glue is better when you've got lots of texture. So let's just pop that on, get our borders even as we can. It is a little harder when it's all textured like this, but it's also a little bit more forgiving when it's textured like that. Okay, and because we've got all that extra texture, what we might need to do, or when if you've got more time, rather than on a live, well, say live, we're not live, but you know what I mean, doing it in person right now, you might want to stick a couple of blocks on there, or even that big background block or something, just to hold that down while it dries. But obviously we don't have that luxury while I'm recording right now, so we'll go with it as it is at the moment. This bit's flat, so we can just use our seal adhesive. I'm just trying to hold on to it so that it doesn't shift on the front. And we can add our panel to the front. Like so. So it's kind of cool. You see the texture when it's on the when you've got it face on, and then you tilt it and it's got that awesome gold. Okay, it's really cool. This guy's going to go somewhere about here, so we're going to need some dimensionals on that sort of top bit here and here, because we're going to add a little bit more rustic texture with some wild wheat ribbon, just to give it that sort of extra gold accent, which we're going to just pop in like so, and we're going to secure that with some glue dots. So you'll need at least 3. So first of all, I'm going to pop one about there, and we'll get our little end there secured, and then we'll use another one to secure that tail. And that one. Okay, then the rest will be obviously underneath here, and we don't need to necessarily worry about that. Before we stick all that stuff on, we'll just trim this down. Like so. And then we can add this over the top. Again, you might want to use some wet glue just to help adhere it to all that texture. So we've got the ribbon in the way, we've got the gold embossing, we've got the dry embossing from the embossing folder. So all that stuff, you know, you just want that extra security from that wet glue to help along with that. And again, you know, put a sticker block on it, you know, like that, and it will just help that stay flat and put some pressure on it while that that glue dries. Obviously I can do that once the camera stops rolling. And just for a little bit of bling, we'll add our trio of sequins. Oops. That I do like to add, just to frame everything up and give it that little bit of shine along with the embossing. Okay, so there we go, there's my old olive version, and here's the original with the grey and silver, and we've gone for green and gold. Okay, for our nice masculine theme cards. Don't forget to click the description and hop along to everybody else's video. It'd be really great to see what they've all done with the theme. Thank you so much for joining me for this video today. Do stay safe, take care, and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.